So what is up, guys? It's your boy Mazia here, and today I wanted to talk about the possibilities of what the plot of the next The Last of Us game, if we do see one. This video is coming out because, of course, we're getting closer to E3, so I wanted to make something a little bit early just in case it does kind of happen. I wanted to kind of put out my speculation and thoughts on, of course, what the game may actually be about. Now, personally, I feel like the next The Last of Us game should kind of be a prequel before we go ahead and move into any kind of sequels. I would love to see more of these characters get explored a little bit more or a lot more with this next entry. Of course, with the 20-year gap between the two games, this leaves definitely enough time for exploration and a lot more time for, of course, expanding on these characters that we get to see a little bit of inside of certain chapters. These characters being Tommy, Marlene, Tess, of course, we get to see Bill, and the last but the most important one that I want to see the most is Anna. Anna is Ellie's mom, and Anna is one of the characters that we never get to see. Of course, we don't even have an image of what the hell she looks like. So definitely, we need to see Anna. She's the main one that we need to see. But at the same time, I do want them to stick with one of the core characters from the original title. Who could we stick with in a 20-year gap? Of course, Ellie would be too young, so we would have to actually roll with our boy Joel. So, of course, Joel and how he actually winds up becoming who he is at the beginning of the game is something that they need to explore. Of course, Joel having connections with Marlene, Tommy, and Bill and Tess is pretty much a lot of things that indicate, of course, a lot did go down when, of course, those 20 years went by. So with those 20 years going by, we need to see those characters such as we need to see things such as what made Bill owe Joel so much. Did he save his life at some point? Did what was the favors that he actually did him? Those could make for interesting, of course, missions or side missions depending on what they want to do for The Last of Us 2. The whole wedge between him and Tommy. Of course, they kind of allude to at some point him and Tommy will actually think about joining the Fireflies, with, of course, Joel seeming to have backed out at some point, and then, of course, Tommy went along with them because he does kind of make the statement that, of course, Tommy probably left Marlene. So, of course, this does hint at him being a part of the Fireflies. And then, of course, we also have Tess, who seems to be like the character that has spent the most time with him through these 20 years, or this 20-year gap. Now, of course, we have to talk about Anna as well, who is the most mysterious character, who I definitely believe to be the main vocal point of the prequel. This prequel should follow Anna because, of course, not only is she's Ellie's mom, but of course we only get to see so much about her, and it alludes so little to her. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of a letter that actually explains a little bit of her character. And it starts with like this: Ellie, which is, of course, stating who the hell it goes to. And she says, I'm going to share a bit of a secret with you. I'm not a big fan of kids, and I hate babies. And yet, I'm staring at you and I'm just awestruck. You're not even a day old, and holding you is the most incredible thing I've done in my life. A life that is about to get cut a little short. Marlene will look after you. There's no one in this world I trust more than her. When the time comes, she'll tell you all about me. Don't give her too much of a hard time. Try not to be as stubborn as me. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty messed up world. It won't be easy. The thing you always have to remember is that life is worth living. Find your purpose and fight for it. I see so much strength in you. I know you'll turn out to be the woman you're meant to be. Forever your loving mother, Anna. Make me proud, Ellie. And of course, Ellie responded within the game, I'm trying to make you proud, Mom. And that was just so beautiful, man. And I would love to see Anna's character get explored. Now, what did I mean by, of course, it kind of does give a little insight into her character. Now, here she states that she hates babies and she doesn't really like children too much. Now, this could mean one of two things. Either she's just purely annoyed by kids and babies, or she kind of hates the idea of responsibilities. And of course, hating the idea of responsibilities would mean she would live her life more so on the edge potentially. So, of course, that would be a fun way of course, exploring a new character. With most of the characters being a little bit more edgy and a little bit more intellectual inside of The Last of Us, we will finally be able to get a character that's more so, into probably the whole kill to survive kind of aspect of pretty much trying to, of course, make it through this world. And then, of course, she also states that Marlene is the person who knows her the most. Wow, I kind of stuttered there. But she kind of says Marlene is the person who knows her the most, which would kind of allude to, of course, her spending enough time with Marlene that she would trust Marlene. Now, do I believe that she knew Marlene before everything had actually gone down? Definitely not. I feel like Marlene is probably a person that she stumbled upon before she probably even started the Fireflies, which could definitely be how the game begins, of course. Let's say they meet up, they probably get into a bit of a fight, and then maybe that sparks up their friendship. And that would definitely be an interesting way to start off this game. And then it could lead us through, of course, how she became pregnant with, of course, Ellie, and then, of course, her death. And then, of course, we would also have Joel in the secondary story. Since, of course, Joel is the character that we got for the main game, I feel like Anna should be the main character of the game, and then Joel should be, kind of the secondary, kind of support character for the game. And then, of course, we could actually see these two characters intertwine at some point. But it would be cool if they actually keep it a secret, or she's not pregnant at the time that she meets Joel, so that way, of course, Joel doesn't know that, of course, this is Ellie's mom. And it could pretty much kind of like be a secret going forward, and we pretty much be like, yo, it would be pretty amazing, right, to kind of see Joel actually meet Anna before she actually is pregnant with Ellie. And then, of course, he know who Anna is, and then he just doesn't know that Ellie is just her mom. So Ellie is her daughter. So of course that would be pretty sick. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see a sequel or a prequel? Leave your thoughts on what characters should be explored. Now I know that they said something about if they go forward, they probably aren't going to use Joel and Ellie for the future games, and I feel like that's definitely just a claim to pretty much kind of say, well, we don't want to do one at least right now. So they don't want to, they kind of probably just said that, of course, just so that way they could get more people to not want a sequel. Because think about it, how would this even be a smart move, taking away the two core characters of a 10 out of 10 game? Like the Last of Us is completely a 10 out of 10 game. But why would you want to remove characters from such a big game in the first entry? That's gonna, like, pretty much ostracize, not ostracize. That's gonna pretty much, move away or push away so many core fans to the beginning of a series, or just like, the second entry of a series so quickly, just because, of course, you don't want to explore the characters that we know and love already. Trying to explore new characters will get rid of some core fans who really want to see a sequel because they want to see the adventures of Joel and Ellie continue. So let me know what you guys think about that. This has been your boy Mazia. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. Keep it right here for more The Last of Us speculation videos as we make our way to E3, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck out.